I had always been drawn to the mysterious and the eerie, so when I heard about the infamous Clown Motel nestled in the heart of the desolate Nevada desert, I knew I had to experience it for myself. It was a foggy, moonlit night when I arrived at the seemingly abandoned motel, the wind howling through the desolate landscape. As I stepped out of my car, a chill ran down my spine. The motel loomed before me, its faded sign flickering ominously in the dim light. The air was thick with a sense of foreboding, and the sound of rustling leaves made my imagination run wild. I cautiously approached the entrance, the creaking door echoing through the silent night. The lobby was adorned with clown dolls and decorations, their painted smiles sending shivers down my spine. The receptionist, a peculiar man with a painted face and a sinister grin, welcomed me with an unsettling enthusiasm. He handed me the room key, his eyes never leaving mine. "Enjoy your stay," he said, his voice dripping with an eerie cheerfulness. I nodded nervously and made my way to my room. The hallway was dimly lit, the flickering lights casting eerie shadows that seemed to dance and contort like malevolent spirits. I could hear faint laughter, muffled and haunting, echoing through the corridor. My heart raced, but I pressed on, trying to shake off the unease that had settled in the pit of my stomach. Once inside my room, I locked the door and tried to calm my racing heart. The room was adorned with clown paintings, their exaggerated features seeming to leer at me from the walls. The flickering lights outside cast eerie shadows that seemed to come alive, dancing and mocking. I turned on the television for distraction, hoping to drown out the unsettling thoughts. But as I flipped through the channels, each one seemed to display distorted images of clowns, their laughter distorted and chilling. Panic began to grip me as the room seemed to close in, and the walls felt like they were closing in on me. Just then, a knock on the door shattered the oppressive silence. I froze, my breath catching in my throat. The knock came again, louder this time, accompanied by a faint, ghostly laughter that sent chills down my spine. Summoning my courage, I approached the door cautiously and peered through the peephole. My blood ran cold as I saw a figure in a tattered clown suit, its face obscured by a grotesque mask. Dread washed over me as I realized this was no ordinary motel. I was trapped in a nightmare. I grabbed my belongings and rushed to the window, ready to break it if I had to. With one last look at the room, the haunting paintings, and the flickering lights, I climbed out into the cold night, leaving behind the Clown Motel and its terrifying secrets. To this day, the memory of that night haunts me. The Clown Motel was a place where fear wore a painted smile, and I had glimpsed the malevolent forces that lurked in the shadows, waiting for their next unsuspecting victim.